Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I have another Ranger vlog for you, and I have an announcement to make and I have some things to talk about. So the first announcement is I am going to New York Toy Fair 2019. I am so excited. Toy Fair is one of those things that, you know, every year there's always new announcements of Power Rangers toys, right? But this year is extra special because this is the first time we're actually going to get to see the Hasbro toys. Usually they show up in stores by the end of the previous year, and then we get to see some new stuff at Toy Fair, but this is like the true first unveiling, which is really, really exciting. So, I got into Toy Fair, and I also got accepted to Hasbro's event as well, so I will be able to cover it. I don't know to what extent I can video or what, but I will definitely do the best that I can to record some footage for you guys and share the experience with all of you. I am super excited about it. I cannot wait. And I'm going to be there with some other friends in the fandom as well. Eric Barry, Trekkie B47 from Ranger Command Power Hour, he will be there, along with his wife Teresa. Brian, Collector Shuki, great friend, he's going to be there. And I think we're actually also going to meet up with Chris Long from Long's Toys. He's not going to Toy Fair, but he'll be coming to the area to hang out as well. And yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'll be going to New York with my wife, but for Toy Fair it'll just be me. But I will be there to cover it all, and I cannot wait. This is super exciting, and I was able to, thankfully the schedule aligned, everything just kind of worked out, and I was able to get in. So huge thank you to Toy Fair and Hasbro for I guess accepting everything and getting me in. So with that being said, stay tuned for that coverage. If you don't know, Toy Fair starts on Saturday, February 16th. So if you're seeing this, then the following weekend is when I'll be at Toy Fair, and I'll try and get up some footage or something ASAP. Definitely check my Twitter at Hassan Ahmed 120. There's links like at the end of every video, and I'll tweet out, you know, what's going on and that sort of thing from there. Also, completely random side note, this Monday is my 13th YouTube anniversary. I started in 2006, so if I did my math right, which I think I did, 13 years on YouTube. That's insane. I am just blown away thinking about that. So thank you all for the support, and it's because of your support that 13 years later, all this time later, I'm still getting these amazing opportunities such as Toy Fair and everything as well. So again, thank you all, and I'm excited to share that experience with you. So with that being said, we're not just going to talk about what's coming, we're going to see what's actually coming. So Hasbro, right, they're preparing for Toy Fair, but they're just too excited, and they're just revealing everything already. So you may not have anything new to see at Toy Fair besides actually seeing what the stuff looks like in person or in video. But we have like press releases and press photos of some Beast Morphers toys. I did a live stream recently where I talked about some of it, but then later they announced even more stuff. And so I want to recap a little bit of what I talked about last time in the live stream because I was having technical issues, but then I also want to talk about all the new stuff. So without further ado, let's jump in, and I have all my notes on my phone so I can go through all the announcements. So they first announced some role-play toys, and you'll be able to see some photos right here alongside me as I continue. So there's a Cheetah Beast Blaster coming out this spring, 1999, and it looks really cool. I think it's something, I didn't watch Go Busters. I've seen like only an episode or two, and that's it. I actually want to watch more, and this is getting me hyped, so I might go back and watch more now. But I don't recall this being from the show. This might be an original, possibly. And we'll talk about this a little later, but one of the actual Power Ranger action figures also has a miniature version of this. So this might be in the show. This might be an original thing in the show. Or maybe it is from Go Busters. I don't know. But it looks really neat, and the cool thing about it is it uses Nerf darts. So it is actually integrated with Hasbro's Nerf property, which of course everybody knows Nerf. And so we have an official Power Rangers Nerf product, which is super cool. So I love that. Then there's the electronic cheetah claw, which comes out this fall, 1999. And this is something that they put in the press release. It's actually used by the Red Ranger in Red Fury mode. This is what people are rumoring to be the supposed original power-up to the Red Ranger that has been seen in set photos and that sort of thing. But regardless, it's pretty neat, and it's cool because it has motion-activated sounds, and you can actually slash, and it'll extend the claws on the cheetah claw, and you can push a little button to retract it. So it's kind of fun. You just slash, and the claws come out and make sounds and everything. So I think that's really cool for kids, and I think it's, I mean, I know as a kid I would enjoy it, right? Then there's also a cheetah blade, which comes out this spring for $12.99, and this is a cool looking sword. I don't think it seems to have any lights or sounds. This seems to be kind of like the basic weapon assortment for what Bandai used to do, because it doesn't say there's electronics, but still looks kind of neat. So if you're into the design of it, might be worth looking into for that. But then there's also a Beast X electronic saber, and that's coming out this fall. Seems like all the stuff with the electronics is coming out a little bit later, but that is for $29.99. And this one, I think, is from Go Busters, or at least there's a similar sword in Go Busters that also, it's like a sword, and it's got the little blue handle, and then it transforms, I think, too. So this sword toy, the electronic saber, the Beast X electronic saber, doesn't seem to transform, as far as I can tell. But it seems to be that sword from Go Busters, or at least inspired by it. But what's cool about it is it has lights and sounds with movement, but if you swing it 7 times, you unlock Beast Mode with special lights and sounds. So I like that added functionality. Definitely looks really cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that's all about. There's also, for roleplay fans, for kids, there's a mask assortment. So this spring, for $9.99 each, you'll be able to get a mask of one of the Power Rangers. So there's a Red Ranger and Blue Ranger from Beast Morphers. I'm a little bummed that there is no Yellow Ranger. I mean, there's only 3 main Rangers initially. Like, you can't make a Yellow Ranger mask? Really? Maybe there is, and they just haven't shown it to us. I don't know. I really hope so. I'll be a little upset if they don't, because that was one trend with Bandai that I was not a fan of, is the girl Rangers, the female Rangers, were always very underrepresented, and I feel like we should see more of that. So hopefully Hasbro fixes that, we'll see, but for now, the Blue and Red Rangers are getting masks. So, that's all the stuff that I talked about before, but now we have some new news. And new news is really cool because we have some stuff on Megazords, which is exciting. So here's where it gets interesting, because we have a press release for one thing, but buried in the press release, or at least there are pictures out there of other figures, other Megazords that weren't mentioned in the press release. So like the press photos that I got had some other photos too. So very interesting. But one of the photos mentioned a combined Megazord, and it had this photo of what we assume is the Beast X Megazord, because it looks like the main Megazord right there, combining with the Red, Blue, and Yellow Ranger Zords. So all we know is, at least from the photo description, is it mentioned that it combines, and there are like 3 like product ID numbers or something listed in it. So I assume the Red, Yellow, and Blue Ranger Zords combine to make this Beast X Megazord, just like we would get with any other, you know, Power Rangers Megazord in the past. And it looks nice. I think it actually looks really good. I don't have any immediate problems with it. Just the proportions of it, the look of it, I mean, it seems pretty cool. So I want to see more of this. I want more details, but at least the initial glance seems really cool. Then there's another photo going around that shows a kid holding what looks like the Beast X Megazord, but it's different a little bit. And if you look up close to it, it looks a little more blockier and simpler in style, in terms of, like, it doesn't look like it transforms or anything. There might be some pieces that detach or something, but it looks like it's a solid piece, and especially geared from the kid in the picture towards a younger audience. So I'm thinking maybe this is a play school thing, or at least something for a younger audience. And so we don't know what it is, but it doesn't look transformable, but it seems to be some version of the Beast X Megazord. So it seems like we're going to get a version that's just a solid figure of it, which actually looks kind of cool, I'm not going to lie. It still does look pretty neat. But the other thing that we got, which was in the press release, was the Beast X Ultrazord figure. So we're jumping from the Beast X Megazord to the Beast X Ultrazord. So they're already talking about the Ultrazord here. That's coming out this fall for $34.99. This does not look like it transforms, but it seems like basically the reason why it costs $34.99 and what it's all about is it's a solid figure that detects motion and has different sounds as well. So for example, it's got over 30 sounds and phrases like Beast X Ultrazord attack, wow, we're going fast now, and whoa, everything's upside down. So my guess is if you were to turn this thing upside down, it would say, wow, everything's upside down, because it detects certain positions that the figure is in. Which is kind of neat, especially, you know, for kids, if you're really trying to interact and have a big battle sequence, you're kind of playing with this thing, twisting it upside down and moving it, and it's making all these sounds according to what you're doing. That's really neat. So I actually like that concept, and I think that's really cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing more about that. There's also another photo that was going around when the announcements were made of the Beast X Ultrazord that looked a little bit different. So I'll link the photo here, but it looked different. It almost looks like a deluxe version that transforms. Again, that was not in the press release, but other websites that posted the news first before we got the press release showed this figure, and it looks different. So, but if you look at it, it seems like it might be a version that transforms. So maybe this is what it looks like in the combinable deluxe version. So we'll find out more at Toy Fair, I'm sure, but very interesting. Going alongside the Megazord, so for the younger audience, there's a Play School Heroes Power Morphin Megazord playset. So this is really cool. And it's cool because they're not just doing Beast Morpher stuff. They're diving into other seasons. This one in particular, I don't know why exactly, but it's kind of neat, is based on Power Rangers Wild Force. So this is coming out this fall for $59.99, so it's a little pricier, but what's cool about it is it's based on the Wild Force Megazord, and it's 2 feet tall. And it's a full playset. So it's the Megazord, but then it also transforms into like a Zord, which, I mean, obviously it's not going to be exactly based on what's in the show because it's still got all the other Zords attached to it, but it's still kind of neat to be able to transform this giant playset, right? But it's got a lot of different features in it. So you can twist the handle on the Megazord's shoulder to open the chest and reveal a pop-out lion's head with lights and sound and chomping action. So this thing has got a lot of electronics in it, which is really neat. You can fire a projectile from the right shoulder with a button-activated projectile launcher. You can open either shoulder to reveal a platform for the Red Ranger, and that's the cool thing. It comes with a miniature little Wild Force Red Ranger figure, so that figure can go right into the little shoulders, which is kind of neat. And then you can open the right foot to uncover a jail cell. So I guess you can stuff the villains in there, which makes me think, are they going to release little villain figures? Because we haven't seen them yet, but that sounds like it will. And then it also says, race the Blue Ranger and Raptor Cycle into action down the ramp hidden in the left foot. So again, where's this Blue Ranger and Raptor Cycle? Is that going to be a separate thing that's released also? And Raptor Cycle, that's from Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Is this confirming Dino Thunder stuff? Sounds like it, which is really, really neat. So what that means is they'll probably release different playsets. Essentially, I imagine this is like the Imagine X stuff that Bandai had, where they had giant playsets and they had smaller little figures, except this seems to have a lot more features and electronics that I've seen, which is kind of cool. And I like that they are dipping into different seasons. That is really, really neat. And it's a great way for younger kids to get into those seasons. I think that's pretty fantastic. And it entices the older generation like myself to be like, you know what? Like, I might actually want to get some of that because it's like Wild Force, Dino Thunder, like we're dipping into other seasons, like might be worth it. You know, if they release like an Astro Megazord playset, Astro Megaship, I'm done. I'm buying it. Like, I can't not do that, you know? So that's really neat. Then, this is really, really cool. So, I know everybody's like, I want to see the Morpher, right? Well, we got it. This is the Beast X Morpher coming this spring for $29.99, and this thing is super cool. You guys may have seen the stuff from Go Busters. I have it, the Morphin Brace, I think it's called, right? You put it up, You can push the little button and it flips open and it's there. It's neat. There's some cool lights and sounds. You turn the dial and it makes different sounds and stuff. But this actually sounds even better. So what you can do is you can say it's morphin' time to activate music, lights, and sound effects. Are you kidding me right now? A voice-activated Morpher? Like, that's so cool. I'm like, I'm so jealous of kids these days. Like, come on now. You can also swing it for special animal-inspired sounds. But here is the thing that I think is even cooler. Okay? Insert the included Morph X key to activate different character sounds and phrases. So it comes with a Morph X key. We don't really know which one yet. I assume probably the Red Ranger's key. To activate certain sounds and phrases. But other toys will come with these Morph X keys. Meaning, this is like our gimmick for the Morpher, you know, where we get different lights and sounds and stuff. But it sounds like you get a Yellow Ranger key, you put it in, and it's going to have Yellow Ranger sounds and phrases, which is awesome, because like then you can really roleplay as that Ranger. And I know that other seasons have kind of done that, but the Go Busters equivalent, the toy, didn't have that, like the gimmick of doing that. So they created a gimmick that gives us more functionality, which is awesome. Like, this is exactly what it should be. And that makes me really, really happy. There's a little picture that kind of shows red, yellow, and green keys, almost on like a little fob that kind of holds the keys or something. I'm not sure exactly what that is, or if that's part of the Morpher, just a different angle. I don't know exactly, but you see red, yellow, and green Morph X keys there. And as we'll find out a little bit later, the red and yellow ones are for the Red and Yellow Rangers, but the green one is for one of the villains. And you'll notice the different style of the pins on it. So the green one has got the little circular bumps on it, which are how the Morpher is going to read which one it is. But the red and yellow, excuse me, have a different shape, design of the pins. So it's kind of like a neat little touch that the Rangers have a different style than the villains for the Morph X keys. They didn't have to do that, but it's a neat little added touch that they did. Which then brings us to the Rangers and villains. So this is, in my opinion, the thing that I love the most about a Power Rangers toy line is the actual Power Rangers. Like, that's, if there's any one thing I want a toy of, it's the Power Rangers, right? So this is the 6-inch basic figures assortment, releasing this spring for $9.99 each. So let's be clear, this is basically the same price point that Bandai America had. Is maybe $1 or $2 more, I can't remember. Was Bandai like $8.99 or was it $9.99? I think it was $9.99. So basically the same price point, but these look good. For one, they're not like full steroided out, you know, like they look like humans with actual proportions. So let's jump through this, all right? So here's the Red Ranger right here. And you'll notice, and you'll see a pattern of this, the articulation seems pretty good compared to like the basic figures that Hasbro has for example, Avengers Infinity War that I saw. So they're really giving us some decent articulation, and they look good. The figures look really good. They also come with 2 accessories, plus a Morph X key. That's awesome. So the Morph X key, by the way, you can see in a picture that there's the Red Ranger holding it almost like a weapon. So you can actually use the Morph X key as an accessory for the Ranger figures, and then it can also be used in the Morpher. Like, you couldn't use the Dino Chargers or the Ranger keys or the cards from Megaforce or the Power Stars from Ninja Steel. The actual Ranger figures couldn't use those, but they can actually hold the Morph X keys now. So like, that's an added feature, which is really neat. And then look at the weapons, by the way. What do you notice on these weapons? There's a little bit of paint on them. Bandai would just do a solid slab of plastic and that's it. There's no paint. We're actually getting a little bit of paint. It's not like amazing. Like, there's not like a ton of paint, but it's something. And that just adds so much. I really appreciate the little touches. So the Red Ranger comes with the Beast X Saber, it looks like, right? So I think all 3 Rangers come with that. But he also comes with what looks to be the Cheetah Beast Blaster. So that's kind of cool that they're giving him that accessory as well. Then we also have the Blue Ranger. Again, looks great. comes with the Beast X Saber as well, but also seems to have, and I don't know the terminology yet, but whatever the transformed version of that saber is, it's got a little bit of a handle, so it's like a blaster, but it's the transformed version of it, whatever they're going to call it. Beast X Blaster? I don't know what the official name is going to be, but it's cool that he has that variant of it. Then we have the Yellow Ranger, also looks great. I'm really loving like the way that these Ranger figures turned out. I think they did a great job. Also comes with the Beast X Saber, but she comes with the, whatever the official name is, of that camera gun that's from Go Busters. So I always thought that was really cool. I never got a chance to buy the one from Go Busters. I tried to look around and find one for a decent price. Maybe I still will get one day. But it's cool that she comes with that accessory. She gets something different. Then we have Tronic, which comes with 2 weapons, the same thing, but one for either arm. And so Tronic is, I guess, the name of the foot soldiers in this season. And so, it's an okay name. I mean, I get what they're going for, like, I guess, electronic or something, and but Tronic by itself, I don't know how I feel about that, but I mean, whatever. It's a foot soldier name, you know, and they look interesting. The figure does look really cool. I do like the way that the figure looks. But the most exciting part here is the Cyber Villain Blaze. So I like the title that they added in there, Cyber Villain Blaze. I wonder if it's for copyright reasons, that's possible, but still, it's really neat. And so Blaze, I believe this suit is from Go Busters. Now, I haven't watched Go Busters, so I don't know much about it, but I believe he's appearing much earlier, it seems, at least, since he's with the initial Beast Morphers toys in Beast Morphers. So, really cool design, and I'm glad that we're getting an actual figure of it, which is great, and so soon. I mean, I guess it's to be expected that we would probably get a figure, but so soon, like right in the initial lineup, is great. And he comes with, it seems to be a different version of the Cheetah Beast Blaster in style, but it's black with some red on it. Again, I don't know if this is from Go Busters, but if it's similar to the Cheetah Beast Blaster, then maybe it's original and they're just kind of doing a version of that for Blaze, which is kind of cool. And then he has his own sword, which I do think is from Go Busters. At least it seems familiar, but it's gray and it has a little bit of red on it as well. So it's cool that he has his own accessories. And yes, just like the Red, Blue, and Yellow Rangers, Blaze and Tronic do come with Morphex keys. So Blaze comes with a green one that I mentioned earlier, which looks pretty cool. But then Tronic comes with a pink one. And again, you can see the pink one also has the circular dots, just like the Blaze's green one, keeping in line with the villain design of the Morphex keys, which is really, really cool. Yeah, that's a lot that we've seen already. Who knows what else Toy Fair is going to have in store for us. Maybe they'll show even more figures and other role-play items and things that they didn't have in the press release. Maybe things that are coming even later. For one, we haven't seen the Lightning Collection stuff, and I bet they're going to have Lightning Collection stuff at Toy Fair. Then again, I post this video now, and they could very well reveal more things before Toy Fair happens. So either way, I am very, very excited. If they do reveal more, let me know in the comment section below if you enjoyed this video. Do you want me to do another news video with any other New York Toy Fair news? Let me know and I'll see what I can do. But beyond that, stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already, because I'm super excited to cover New York Toy Fair with all of you live. Well, I mean, I guess it won't be live, but ASAP, I will be live on the show floor, being there for the announcements. And I am super, super excited about that. So, thank you all again so much. Take care, and I will see you later.